Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a guy who went to prep school right here in Philly, DeAndre Swift. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Williams. He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Swift. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good 1st step.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And it's caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Santos' kick is up and through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This short throw caught by Goddard. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
No yards.
Okay.
Here's Hurts to throw. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Swift going to try up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Williams. Incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Throwing is Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. A third down gain of 19. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kick's away. Avery Williams now returning it. And he returns this to the 22. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Hurts sets up to throw it. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 32 that time. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. But that's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
You like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
31 yards there and a first down. Six-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To the air, Williams. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Rome Odunze, a 16-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And this will be caught by Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Back to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now back to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Bears take over.
they'll start on the ground with Swift.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Play action. Now Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw is Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards there for number 15.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's a handoff to Swift. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Williams to return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Shoves him away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. A quick throw there is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Flush to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan? Introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello in a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Williams. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another 1st down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
To throw, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I could have really made something out of that one.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. Second and 7. They go play action with Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver.
And it'll bring up 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Brown goes in motion left. Throwing is Hurts. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Hurts.
He's got Smith here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Hurts over the middle here to Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that's going to tie us at 13. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still a little bit of time following the made field goal, but we are tied as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
Williams, a final shot before break. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
2nd down and 8.
Again, it's Barkley.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll set up a throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
In motion left comes Brown. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
They're going to look to throw.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On play action, here's Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To the air, Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have the Bears first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run here with Swift.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
112 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a first down as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
14 yards and a Chicago first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Running is Swift.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now a carry for Swift.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
To the left side, into the hands of Adunze.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Santos' kick is up and through, and we are all tied at 16 apiece. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
They'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Barkley, inside handoff. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Smith catches left side.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. Now 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Brown goes in motion left. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dayo Odengbo able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on third down? Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Looking to throw is Williams. Throw right side taken in by Adunze.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a one-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a first down.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
152 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a couple. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing is Williams.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
To throw, it's Williams.
His throw incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 22. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Caleb Williams. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Bears have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Hurts.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 51 yards on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. To throw, Williams.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Complete. Smith has it. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
He's back to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are able to move back in front.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So now the Bears down by a field goal, 1:08 to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Back to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down.
They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
4th down, 10 yards to go. They'll go. Here's Williams. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they will take a knee here. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say